In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 25 most expensive Pokemon promo cards to have been released thus far. These cards are pretty incredible with their prices and where they range from number 25 all the way to number 1. We're going to take a look at their highs and lows over the course of the year, or at least as far back as we have sales data for. And you'll notice too that some of these might be skewed in the sense that there might have only been 1 or 2 sales over the past year or even couple of months that have really inflated this card's price, but we'll get to that in just a second. Right now, let's take a look at the list.
So the first card on our list today is this Champions Festival 2015 XY promo card. So it's a trainer card, a stadium card. It features Rapidash, Pikachu. We have a bunch of Duckling Pokemon here. I can't quite recall their names. I'm sure they are the pre-evolutions to Sawana over here. I believe that's Sawana. And we have Psyduck in the foreground. We have a statue of Arceus in the background. It's a very nice card. So essentially, yeah, we have data as far back as February 26th, where we have a sale for $199.99. And then over here on May 6th, we have a data for $190, so a sale for $190. But again, if you look at the overall sales data within its recorded history, we only have 2 recorded sales. Both were a lightly played condition card. And yeah, I mean, $180, $199.99. I mean, there's no doubt that obviously this card is probably pretty rare and pretty expensive, but there's only 2 sales for it. There's only 2 recorded sales, which were likely done on this platform. So it's a little tricky to really gauge, you know, is this a $190, $200, $180 card? I mean, probably, but again, it's just tough to tell there. Then coming up next, we have the Wurmple 2 out of 5 Kids Warner Brothers promo. So we have Wurmple over here. It's a not tournament legal card. Features almost like a watercolor or a painting of Wurmple over on a tree branch. It's very nice artwork. It was released in 2004 at the very least. That's the date that is stamped on it. So we have here May 29th, $125, where it goes all the way up to July 24th, where it is $0, and then February 26th, $195, and kind of stays like that. And then again, if we look at its sales data, literally similar to the previous card, we have a heavily played card that sold for $135.14 and a lightly played card that sold for $195. But we only have 2 recorded sales on this website. So again, it's just really tricky to gauge exactly where it would go for. But I mean, we have a heavily played selling for that much and then a lightly played selling for that much. So clearly this card deserves to have some sort of value attached to it. Okay, coming up next, we have the Espeon 6 out of 12 box topper. It's actually a jumbo card, and it comes from one of the Expedition, I believe. Is it Expedition? It's from the WotC era, 2002. It's from one of those booster boxes. I know it's it's a box topper. I can't quite remember which booster box it comes in from that era, whether it's like Skyridge, Aquapolis, or Expedition, but it's a really pretty box topper. As you can see, the hollow pattern is fantastic on that. And I'm pretty sure what this means is that there was only 1 recorded sale for this card. $199. I mean, we'll take a look at the sales history, but yeah, 1 recorded sale, near mint, reverse hollow, $199. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you know, there's probably not too many booster boxes being opened right now of this set, so it's probably, this card is not so easy to locate anymore, right? So $199, and I guess technically it's a jumbo card, so you know, it is a promo card for sure, but it's not exactly the traditional promo card that we're talking about, but still really cool that it's featured on this website. Alright, coming up next, we have Shadow Lugia, the Nintendo World promo. I had no clue this card even existed. Looks like it was some sort of promo for Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Fantastic card. I loved this game growing up. It was a really amazing game. One of my favorites, actually. It was just so much fun to be able to play Pokemon on a console instead of on handheld back in the day. But yeah, I mean, again, it's another jumbo card. It's oversized. Over here, March 25th, we have sales data $100. Then on, whoops, April 29th, we have sales data for $200. And again, I'm pretty sure it's probably, we have 3 sales for this one, so we're a little lucky here. Yeah, so May 24th, a near mint copy sold for $300. Then April 19th, a moderately played sold for $239.98. Somehow on March 20th, somebody got taken advantage of, sold a copy for $100 as opposed to the $300 that they could have sold it for. But I'm sure there's a caveat there that we're missing. But yeah, again, I mean, this card, it's really cool to be able to look at kind of the history, right, with a lot of these promo cards, because they came out at certain times for specific events or for specific boxes, etc., right? So it's really cool to just see this part of history behind Pokemon. Then coming up next, we have Rocket's Mewtwo, number 8, winner. So I'm assuming this came from a competition of some sort, a TCG tournament. Best of promos. Fantastic artwork. Look at that. Again, just look at that holo pattern. It reminds me of the holo pattern from, I believe it's the Entei promo card. It looks so much like it. Fantastic. What's it called? Holo bleed there. But reverse holo foil, $219.47. It looks like we have a little more sales data for this card, which is nice. May 29th. And then August 14th, $209.44. August 30th, $204.44. November 13th, $201.29. $294, $201.30, $203.22, $201.30, and yeah, looks like its median price over here is $204.45. If we take a look, we got quite a few sales here, which is really nice to look at. We have lightly played, a lot of moderately played, 1 near mint. What's the caveat here? I guess there's no caveat. Lightly played, another near mint. And then, we have some damaged and some moderately played. Fantastic card. I know I sound like a broken record saying that, but it just looks so shiny. I know that's such a simple way to describe it, but really catches the eye. Fantastic artwork. Okay, coming up next, we have a Japanese card. We have Poncho wearing Pikachu 37 Sun and Moon promo card. I believe this comes from a box kind of set from Japan. There's a few of the Poncho Pikachu cards. I don't know how many are on this list. We will find out. But yeah, I know one of my favorite Pokemon YouTubers, Twice Baked Jake. Shout out. He collects. Well, I know he's got a few of these, or I don't want to twist it. I know he has the boxes in his background, and he heavily advocates for these cards. But anyways. So June 19th had a value of $199.50. Then we had a sale here, $199.67. $200 December 18th. Had a sale here January 15th, $202.50. $205 is where it looks like it's currently at. No sales data available with the filter, so I don't know, just show me all the listings, but it's okay. I mean, we kind of got the picture there. Let's see if we can do anything here. Yeah, we kind of got the picture. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, we do have some sales data. It's a fantastic card. It's definitely one of the more recent cards that we've been able to take a look at. Meaning that this card was released in 2017, which is definitely the most modern card. So fantastic artwork. Okay, this one actually takes the cake for the most recent of releases. We have Special Delivery Bidoof, the Sword and Shield promo card. This one, I believe, came with the Pokemon Center. I think at the time, if you bought probably a specific amount of product from the Pokemon Center. I know that's what they did with the Special Delivery Charizard, but if you bought enough product at the time, this promo would come with it. And yeah, let's take a look at its sales data. Actually, well, the artwork is really, really good. Obviously, we have Charizard flying away with Bidoof in what kind of looks like this, I don't know, almost like a motherboard behind them, like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's got those those kind of lines that a motherboard has. So anyways, May 29th, $287.44. We see a lot of sales data for this one, which is fantastic. Looks like a high August 28th, $302.22. $302.30 September 11th. Then it does start to go down though afterwards, where right now it looks like it's in its low at $257.23. We look at the sales data here, seeing a lot of near mints, which is fantastic. And yeah, $257.23 appears to be its market price. So about roughly the average of what the sales are going for. Yeah, pretty awesome actually. I think we only have one lightly played over here for $230, and then yeah, scrolling down, I mean, I think that's kind of the only one that's less than near mint. So that's pretty cool to see. All right, and this is the start of the trend that you'll start to see. We have the Gyarados. I don't know why I said it so weird. The Gyarados XY60 promo card pre-release, XY Ancient Origins, and it's a staff card. That's right, it is a staff card. We're going to see a lot of staff cards. Essentially, this was a stamped pre-release that, yeah, I guess I don't quite recall how far back the pre-releases went and exactly what products you could get with the pre-release, but I do know that, yeah, pre-releases for a long time had staff cards. So here's the pre-release, and then to add one step further to rarity and kind of put more bells and whistles on the card, you had the staff logo here, which essentially just kind of adds that exclusivity to it, and not many staff cards were given out. So we have the Gyarados staff card, XY Ancient Origins. Beautiful artwork. We have just this really shiny holographic, beautifully illustrated Gyarados thrashing around in the water here. There's a trainer over here trying to catch him. I think that Gyarados has a hook in its mouth. So anyways, $274.50 on 1 year ago, May 29th. And then May 16th, $149.99. 20th of November, $160.49. December 11th, $160.49. Drops down to $157.64 on December 18th. April 8th, $161.47. And then April 29th, $274.50. If we look at the sales history, we have two lightly played, which takes up the $170-ish range, and then the near mint goes for $275 and $274. Then coming up next, we have the Champions Festival Sun and Moon 148 World Championship 2018 Sun and Moon promo card. This is, yeah, it's probably similar to the first card that we took a look at from the XY era. We have Pikachu here with Oricorio, Meloetta, we have Loudred up in the stands there, we have Tauros, Psyduck, Kricketune. Yeah, it's Darumaka's over there too. It's a really nice card over there. It's another trainer card, a stadium card. May 29th, $249.95. June 5th, $364.98. $0 over here, $0 stretch. February 26th, $295. If we take a look at the sales data, we only have 2 confirmed sales, which, yeah, over here on March 8th, $295, and then another March 8th, $295. Likely the same seller probably, and it looks like 4 copies were sold. So yeah, again, just a really interesting and aesthetic artwork for the card. Coming up next, we have the Mudkip 4 out of 5 Kids Warner Brothers promo card. This is likely in correlation with that Wurmple we saw before. 2004 card, or is when this card came out. Warner Brothers stamped in the corner there. Yeah, again, the artwork is it almost looks painted, kind of, which has a really unique sort of aesthetic and style to it. I really like it. May 29th, $125. $0 September 18th, and then $299.48. I'm assuming there's probably only 1 or 2 sales data here. So we have one lightly played card was sold on May 17th, $299.48, pretty much $300. And it just goes to show probably how rare this card is and just doesn't really surface much anymore. And when it does, it sells for a lot of money. Then coming up next, we have the Espeon 48 out of 108 National Championships staff card from the Pokemon. I can't even read that right now. Pokemon Card Game Championships. So yeah, the national. I'm pretty sure that's what it said, but couldn't read it from here. It's a little blurry. But staff card, awesome Espeon card. I can't quite see. It looks like it's from the XY era, just based off of its aesthetic. Could be, probably the XY era. But anyways, yeah. So May 29th, $244.95. And then June 19th, $220, $0 here, $299.95. Let's take a look at the sales data, which it doesn't want to load for this one, but that is all good. I mean, yeah, we can see here $299.95 seems to be its market value. And that's probably for, it says near mint, reverse hollow foil there. Who knows if it's near mint or if it's lightly played, but again, nevertheless, just some really amazing artwork, a really cool piece of history here coming from the XY era. Okay, coming up next, we have Tropical Wind Diamond and Pearl 5 Worlds 07 promo card. So, I'm gonna go on a limb here and see also there that it says 2007. This is a promo card from 2007. Which might be the old. No, it's not the oldest that we've seen so far. Never mind. We've seen older. The Wurmple and the Mudkip. But this is really, really neat. I mean, you can kind of see how the Worlds kind of promo cards have changed over the years. This one is quite simple, Worlds 07, but pretty bold as well. I mean, I think there's only really been one sale here. January 8th, $300 for this card. I'm gonna assume, it's not gonna cooperate with us there, which is all right. So I mean, wow, just take a look at that card. I'm assuming that you would have gotten this card from participating in Worlds, visiting Worlds, etc. Probably a promo card that they handed out. I doubt it was one that you would win, but you never know. If you do know, I'd love to know down below. But just really cool artwork, features Turtwig, Piplup, Chimchar, and then you have Psyduck over there, all hanging out on a hammock on what looks like a wonderful beach. Amazingly aesthetic artwork. Then number 13 on our list, and roughly the halfway point, we have Dragonair 52 out of 146 State Championships staff card, League and Championship cards. So we have, as we can see here, a state, province, and I can't even read that last word there, but state/province championships. It's a staff card. Dragonair 2008 Diamond and Pearl 179 seems to be what that card is based off of. Beautiful card. We have here October 16th, $237.50, February 5th, $268.75, April 8th, $300. Let's take a look at that sales data. We have one lightly played at $79.99 on January 30th. And then 3 months later, it more than doubles on April 30th for a lightly played as well, $174.70. And then over here on February 15th, we have a near mint, which went for $300. Then we have a Pikachu misprint WotC promo. So we have the Pikachu here, first edition promo. I'm assuming the misprint probably comes from the first edition over here, given that it's a promo card, right? You're probably not supposed to have a first edition on a promo card. So that is quite interesting. Looks like 1999. It's a Pikachu from the WotC era. This is probably the oldest card that we've had thus far on this list. It's really neat. It's looks like this kind of 3D, really interestingly animated Pikachu is just hanging out with some leaves in the background. Really not much to it, but that was kind of the WotC era, wasn't it? I mean, some of them had some really bold and grand artworks, but also I think what the charm of the WotC era was too was having stuff that was kind of just as simple like this, right? So we have here August 28th, $199.99, and then February 19th, $300. Feel like probably just one recorded sale here on March 2nd. Lightly played first edition, $300. Seems like the last couple of cards have all been kind of tied and stuck around the $300 mark. I'd be really interested to see when we actually see more recorded sales data for these cards, because that would be fantastic. Alright, then we have the Charizard Sun and Moon 158 Staff promo card. This looks like it comes from Sun and Moon Team Up. It was likely in its pre-release / build and battle kit. And again, it has that lovely staff promo there, which gives it that much more exclusivity. I sincerely doubt, yeah, latest sales, there's only 2 latest sales. February 26th, $325 over there, and then $307.50 April 8th. We look at the sales data for both our lightly played copies. March 5th, lightly played holofoil sold for $325, and then April 16th, a lightly played holofoil copy sold for $290. Artwork is sublime. I don't know what else to say. I mean, all the artwork is just fantastic on all of these promos that we've been seeing thus far, and I'm sure that's a really good reflection of their prices as well. Continuing with the theme of Charizard, we have the Charizard XY Evolutions pre-release. This is the holographic Charizard with the Evolution stamp on it. Comes with the pre-release / build and battle kit. We have a little more sales data for this one, which is nice. May 29th, $649.99. Then August 14th, $361.60. August 28th, $579.99. And then we have a little bit of a fumble over here. February 12th, $455.47, $403.65, and then February 26th, $315.48. And yeah, I'll take a look at the sales data over here. Moderately played holofoil went for $249.75, and then we had a near mint go for $300, and then another near mint go for $330.95. Alright, this one is also pretty peculiar. We have another Japanese card. We have Pikachu 227 SP Sword and Shield promo cards. This one is from, well, it's a Japanese promo card. I want to say it's from the Japanese Pokemon Center, but I could be completely wrong. It could be from something entirely else. So yeah, I mean, I know I've seen this card around. I've seen other channels have this card in their collection, and I always thought it was a pretty fantastic artwork, especially because I believe this was out before trainer galleries were in the Sword and Shield era. So I always thought the style was interesting, but now it would kind of blend right in with trainer galleries, illustration rares, SIRs, etc. So we actually have 2 figures of data for this one. I guess this card comes in a holofoil form and a normal form. We'll take a look at holofoil first. So starting off with May 29th, we have $306, and then June 19th, $309.50, June 26th, $347.40, and then $347.67 on October 9th. October 23rd continues to go up. Looks like its yearly high is over here on February 19th, $439.60. Looks like it's hanging out right now at $423. So its normal price over here, we don't have as recent, or sorry, we do have recent sales data for it, but we don't have far back sales data for it. $338.99 as of March 4th, and then it looks like March 25th, $313.24. Its low, $310.39 on April 1st, and its current value is $326.41. We take a look at that sales data, and then might have some. It might tell us the difference between. Yeah, I mean, it looks like on March 5th is where we have the last holofoil sale at $339.99, and then it looks like over here, it doesn't necessarily specify what sales are what. I mean, it's likely actually that what's it called? It's likely that these are all for the non-holofoil, just given the graph and the data that we see. But yeah, I mean, we have $400. This one might actually be holofoil here. $400, and then $299, $315, $299, $360, $372.95. And yeah, I mean, we have the The listed median price, $371.98. Market price, the average, $326.41. All right, then we have the Charizard Sword and Shield 66 pre-release staff card. This is Sword and Shield promo card for Vivid Voltage, and it's a little harder to see, but we have the staff stamp over here. So it just goes to show that pretty recently they kind of stopped with the staff cards, it seems. So May 29th, $634.79. July 24th, $590.44. Ties over here on September 18th, $681.87. Then it drops down to $200. It's likely a not as good condition copy sale there. And then right now it's hanging out at $374.50. If we take a look at the data, I mean, I guess the only data we have here, I think that's for show all listings. Let's see if we have any more data besides that one. Yeah, just the one. All right, kind of interesting that it does that. But we have the near mint holo foil on May 17th, 2024 for $499. We're not really seeing what all this data is here for, but yeah, as we can see, I mean, it's kind of had its time in the sunshine here, but I imagine these prices here are probably for a moderately played to lightly played copy or something of the sorts, maybe even worse. All right, our seventh last card for this list is yet again another jumbo card. It's the Charizard S1 out of S4 box topper, jumbo firework holo pattern, likely coming out of what's it called, Legendary Collection. If I had to take a wonderful guess, it's probably coming out of the Legendary Collection. Then if we look at the sales data here, we have May 29th, $400. I guess they considered it a reverse holo foil, or I guess that's kind of what TCG Player has to consider it. I guess it is a reverse holo foil because the card background itself is holo and the artwork itself is not, so I guess it would be reverse. Anyways, March 29th, $400, 0, and then 400. I doubt we're gonna really see any sales data for that. But just taking a look at its price, its market price actually of $400, that's likely why it gets its spot at number 7 on this list. Then we have the Gyarados 34 out of 108 pre-release evolution stamp card, and again, it is the staff card. XY promo, obviously for XY evolutions. You have the base set artwork of Gyarados, and yeah, you've got the little staff stamp in the corner, and then you've got the slightly bigger evolution stamp in that corner there. We look back as far as July 24th, $400, December 11th, $417.29, then $358.64 on January 1st, January 8th, $358.64, yep. And then January 15th, $417.29, and it looks like it stays like that for a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna really see much of the sales data there. Obviously, doesn't want to report the sales data, but that's all right. Market price $417.29. I have no idea what this listed median price of $9,000. Oh, okay, I do know what it is. Never mind. I take that back. But yeah, so I guess $417.29 is this card's market price. Then the fifth last card, we have the Champions Festival Sword and Shield 296 World Championships 2022 staff card. Looks very similar again to the first card and then some card that we saw around the middle time of this list. The Champions Festival, we have the Galar starters here, Grookey, Sobble, and oh my goodness, how am I? Banir? No, not Banir. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm blanking on the fire starter's name. If you made it this far, let me know. Let me know what the fire starter's name. Gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking on it. Not Red Boot. Anyway, this doesn't really matter. But yeah, and then it looks like they're in the city there. They're in with the clock tower / train station. And yeah, I mean, it's another trainer stadium card. July 17th, $500. August 7th, $475. Then we have January 15th, $462.50. Back up to $475. We'll try and take a look at the sales data. Won't really tell us there. Market price $475. The fourth last on our list is the Torchic 3 out of 5 Kids Warner Brothers promos. So this kind of goes alongside with the Wurmple as well as the Mudkip that we already saw. This is non-tournament legal. We have the almost, this one looks almost like sketched in with markers. And now that I think about it, I didn't think about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, probably was obvious. This is likely artwork done by kids. This is probably kids who submitted their artwork of these Pokemon, and yeah, they got it printed out as a card, because this looks like it was almost done with markers on paper, if I had to guess. And then who knows, maybe the Wurmple was paint and maybe the Mudkip was paint, or it's all markers. It's kind of tough to tell, but that's, if I had to guess, that's what I think these are coming from, because I'd actually never heard of these promo cards before. So we have Torchic over here on fire, but it's a fire type, so it's good. We have the sun, clouds. It's a little hard to make out exactly what's going on, but I think that's what makes it so special, right? It's the artist's choice. So we have May 29th, $125. $0, and then all the way up to January 1st, $575. Looks like we have one sales data for it, but it's better than the nothing that we've been getting recently. May 17th, a heavily played copy sold for $179.68, but it looks like this card's market price is $575. All right, our third last card is the Pokemon Center WotC promo card. It's almost elusive. It's almost a little mysterious. It doesn't really give us much information. Big Mama Tagawa was the artist. You gotta love that, Big Mama Tagawa there. We have 95 to 2000. It's it's a promo card. Chansey over here, Pokemon Center. It looks like it's probably tournament legal, which is pretty awesome. So we have May 29th, $599.96. Over here, November 13th, $425. Then $0 December 4th, $499 December 11th, and then $899.99, which is its current market price as of right now. As you can see, listed medium price 848.95. We actually have 3 recorded sales for this card, which is really awesome actually. So we have March 7th, a near mint copy sold for $899.99, pretty much $900. We had a lightly played, a Pokemon Center CGC8, an LP, sold for $699.99, and then on March 29th, we had an LP, a lightly played sale for $699.95. All right, the second last card, and if it looks familiar, that's because it is the Tropical Wind DP05 Worlds 07 Diamond and Pearl promo card, but this one is the staff card. So again, you have the same artwork of the Sinnoh starters. You have Psyduck on the beach, on the hammock, hanging out, swinging on a tree, but over here at the bottom of the card, it says staff, which kind of creates that exclusivity to it, therefore enhancing its rarity, therefore enhancing its price. Again, it's just so tricky with the charts and what we see here. February 26th, but actually we should go back. January 15th, $1,200, but that is all we see all the way up until May 13th to May 26th. And we don't really see any recorded sales data here, so it's likely still just, well, as it says, we're still gathering sales data, but who knows, maybe it's just trying to really try and get more recorded sales there for its database. But market price $1,200, and that's kind of all we have to go off of for this card, so that's all you can really say about it. And the number one card that is the most expensive promo card for Pokemon is the Charizard EX 276 XYP Japanese Pokemon Game Art Collection XY promos. It looks like it's a full art, almost alternate art looking XY promo card. Obviously it's only in Japanese, as you can see here. Card text, this promotional card was printed in Japanese only. You have Charizard facing off against Venusaur, which seems to be a bit of a theme across some Pokemon art that we've seen in the Sword and Shield era even. So yeah, this is the most expensive one. It has a market price of $1,600. Over here, $800 June 5th, down to 0, and then April 15th, 1600, continuing onwards. We have one sale for it on April 26th, lightly played hollow foil for $1,600. This is some fantastic artwork. Pretty sure I even remember some YouTubers saying that this card was like $100 not long ago, like a couple years ago, and look at it now, a sale for $1,600. That is pretty incredible. A very expensive card. This is the most expensive promo card that is featured on TCG Player. Obviously, you know, when you think about it, there's other cards out there that are more expensive that are technically promo cards, but that's what's featured here, and that's what concludes the list.
So there you have it, everybody. That concludes the 25 most expensive Pokemon promo cards that have been released that are featured on TCG Player. Now, like I was just saying with the Charizard, the tricky part is, right, like you can think of the Pikachu Illustrator trainer card that like Logan Paul has and the Dubsy has and all that stuff, and that's technically a promo card, and that's that's way more money than what's featured here. But I guess yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly where promo cards, or what draws the line between, I guess, like a promo card or like a really special rare card. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what cards make the chops and what cards don't, but it was really cool to see that. Most expensive card, $1,600. And a lot of these cards are really expensive and a really cool piece of the Pokemon trading card game history. So it's really neat to see. And yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them only had like 1 or 2 actual recorded sales data that we could look at. So the sales are a little skewed, right? Like, you know, if one thing sells for $300, I guess its value is $300, but is it really $300? I don't know. It's tricky, right? It's really tricky to put a value onto that with only one comp, right? But I guess it is what it is. So let me know what you think of this list down below. What do you think of these promo cards? Would you pick up any of these? Do you have any of these in your collection? Which ones were your favorite? I'd love to know. Let me know down below.